Hey guys, I'm Jax.
And I'm Victoria.
And you're listening to
Like Totally Random.
So, welcome to the new and improved bi-weekly episode.
Bi-weekly. See what she did there, guys?
As you guys might have read on last week's post, we have decided to change it up a little bit from here on out with this season. We've decided to bring you each episode bi-weekly.
I feel like our first bi-weekly episode should be bi.
One of my favorite things to see when I'm watching different shows or different movies is biracial couples.
Oh, yeah.
I love when I see... And not just biracial, like, you know, full stop, but like any amalgamation of any different type of...
Like a mixed couple.
Yes, yeah. I love seeing that on different movies and videos because I kind of feel like it really, you know, encompasses everything that our modern world looks like.
And I mean, it's just real life. It's how it literally looks.
Like people like literally are together.
Yeah.
Despite what their skin color might be.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about though, like really in the last like 15, 20 years that has been...
I don't even know if it's been that long. I feel like there's really been a resurgence in that in like the past like maybe 5 years where there's really been emphasis on it. One of my favorite people on earth right now is, I think you say her name, Issa Rae. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
I'm gonna show you a picture. I fucking love her. She's in 2 movies that are coming out right now. She's flames. I'm not gonna lie to you. So she has a show called Insecure on HBO. It is so incredibly good. I haven't seen the last season. It's basically her and like her, you know, her life and like her boy problems and like all this stuff. It's hard to explain, but it's really, really good. It's definitely worth a watch. I think she wrote it and produced it or something like that. Like she's heavily involved in it and she's acting in it. So she's amazing.
Yeah.
But she's in 2 movies that are coming out and they feature mixed couples. And there was actually a little bit of backlash. Well,
what
at least some of the posts I saw were funny. They were like poking fun. Like, oh, she's coming out and she's like in love with an Indian dude. And then the next movie she's in love with a black dude. And then, you know, the movie is The Photograph. So I really want to watch that because I love her love interest in that. He was in Get Out. He's the guy who literally goes, "Get out." He's got a distinct face. You might recognize him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I love him. He was in, I always say this movie title wrong, Someone Great. You should watch this movie.
Okay.
It's so fucking good. It does, okay, so it stars Gina Rodriguez from Jane the Virgin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she stars in it.
I don't know if I like her.
I don't.
Okay.
I wanted to, and like I love her in this movie. Her eyeliner bothers me so, like the entire fucking film.
Too much, not enough.
It's incredibly long but too thin and it doesn't connect to her eye properly. Weird. It's incredibly long, like all across her temple basically.
She has tiny eyes.
I know.
She doesn't need that.
I think if she was trying to, I don't know what they were trying to do, but I hate it. Okay. That's my one qualm with this movie, to be honest.
The only one. That's not bad.
No, it is such a good movie. Okay, my friend and I are obsessed with this movie. And we were super fucked up one night. And we were like, just put the movie on. And literally, I've never experienced this. We were laughing so hard, but like sobbing on the inside. Like we were laughing to kind of like mask our sobbing. Like sobbing so hard you couldn't help but gasp and laugh. Like this movie is so good. I cannot stress it enough.
But is it funny? Or were you just like overwhelmed with emotion?
Probably the latter. But also we had a really good night. So we were like on another level. But it's really good. It's about Gina Rodriguez and her love interest. And they've been together for ages. And so she is, I think, Puerto Rican. And then obviously he's African American. And he's such a dream in this. He's kind of like a tool, but he's not. It's hard to explain. So they've been together forever. She gets a job in San Francisco and she's taking it. And they break up. But it's like this, it's like the way that they break up, it just gets you.
Oh my God.
It's really good. No, it's really good. But most of the movie is her and her girlfriends. And it's like about their friendship. And they go out on the town and like do all this crazy shit. And it's like their last hurrah.
Right.
But like, it's incredible.
Okay.
You should watch it. There's this scene where they're in a convenience store and she's like having a moment. She's like singing into a string cheese. And her friends are like, all right, I'm gonna go get the rest of the snacks. And the bodega guy comes up, he's like, stop! You're scaring my cat! It's so good. You should watch it just for that scene. So good. But yeah, so that guy yeah, is in the movie with Issa Rae. I'm excited to see them. It's gonna be interesting.
What other biracial movies or
Those
shows?
are the 2 that come to mind because like people have been talking about them and they're both coming out like right after each other. I think in the other one she's dating the guy from Silicon Valley.
Gabe?
No. What's his name? I don't know if he's Indian or if he's...
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Well, he's married to a white woman.
Oh,
so
interesting.
He's living that biracial life.
He sure is.
There's a movie called... You're not going to believe this, dude.
What?
Forbidden Fruits.
Excuse me?
It's a love story between an African-American Christian girl and an Arabic Muslim man and the racial division between them.
See, that sounded like a heartbreaking gay movie when you started.
I know.
With the title.
100%.
Wow. I can't think of anything else.
Me either.
Which is sad.
It is a little sad.
You know?
It is very sad.
Yeah. Because there's so many movies about, like, age differences. Like, people overcoming their spouse being old or whatever. But, bro.
That's another minority in film as well.
Absolutely. Okay, there's this weird, like, prejudice against Asian men that Asian men can't be attractive.
I love Asian men.
I do too.
I find them some of the most attractive men.
I firmly agree.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, where did this come from?
I think it's the idea that Asian men, as well as women, are tiny people. Asian men are kind of tiny and maybe not very masculine.
For sure. It's implied that Asian men are more, like, effeminate and, like, softer and stuff like that. And I just don't get where it came from.
I don't either.
Like,
I don't think... There's some Asian actors.
Yes.
From... I love Korean men. Oh my God. I love Korean men. I used to live with this guy. He was... I had a boyfriend at the time, so he was just like a roommate.
Okay.
He was... I know. He was tall. He was like 6'1". He was built and did nothing.
I'm picturing this in my mind.
Yes. And I just remember thinking, man, you are beautiful. Like,
I believe it.
Ugh. Love.
For some reason I found that, like, Korean men are taller.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that's about, but I'm intrigued. I'm ready to find out.
They definitely are. I think it's something to do culturally.
Yeah, it must.
With the height situation.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
I think very much like with Mexicans, we often tend to have shorter stature men.
The mix with, like, indigenous people and stuff like that. I wonder if that's where that comes from. Maybe, like, a longer lineage. But I also wonder if it has something to do with locations in terms of geography on the globe. Because, you know, Scandinavians are closer to the North Pole and they're fucking tall. And the closer you get to the equator, it's almost like the shorter people get. And I wonder if it has something to do with gravity or something to do with the poles.
Welcome to Victoria Convinces Jax.
Yeah, because gravity is... I'm a scientist.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
There's more gravity towards the equator because it's closer to the sun or something like that, because that's like where it gets hit and that's like our axis.
Because everything else is away from it.
Something. So
You're
one
making
of
sense to me.
some of those words together mean what I'm trying to convey.
I think that's a really good point. This is concluded. Victoria Convinces Jax.
That's my scientific hypothesis.
I would be interested to explore more of that.
Yeah.
And see how that could possibly relate to height.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm feeling like it's a thing.
It sounds like there could be something there.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
I don't know.
Scandinavia also doesn't get as hot.
That's true, for sure. Also probably has to do with diet of some kind.
Definitely. Probably... So it's socioeconomic.
Yeah.
Which is hard because, like, was it the chicken or the egg?
Right. It's a great question.
Mind blown. Anyways, Asian men.
I'm 100% about it. Also, like, I don't understand why it's as though they're, like, not masculine or effeminate or whatever. Like, they literally invented martial arts. Did we all forget that culturally? Like,
that's true.
Bruh.
Some of the most physical.
Absolutely.
So I feel like there's definitely, like, strength there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's interesting because when you said about your old roommate or whatever, how he's super tall, I'm picturing a dude that's like super lithe. Like, he's got muscles, but he's not like yoked, you know?
For sure.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Just tall and lanky like that. Fucked up nose. Perfection. I'm in. Sign me up.
Sign her up, people.
I hope he's okay wherever he is.
I wonder what he's doing. I haven't thought
He's
about
probably
him in a really
like the CEO of a massive enterprise.
Dude.
It's wild. Okay, when I was younger, this is totally random, but I had this weird, it was like a weird, not quite a fear, but like this weird idea that like somebody will come into your life and you'll know them for that brief period of time and then they just completely disappear into the ether. Like, you have no idea who they are anymore, where they are, if they even exist anymore. Like, isn't that a weird concept?
Yeah.
Like, people just come into your life and then they're gone.
Yeah, it's super weird. And even, you don't even know those people.
No.
You don't know the lives they're kind of leading. You don't know what they did that day. Yeah.
You have no idea. And there's no way for you to ever know.
Yeah. I think a lot about this sort of...
mind-blowing.
Yeah, it is. Because I've lived in so many places, like, I've met so many people. There have been years when I've been really good friends with somebody and then I haven't talked to them since. Or like, there'll be 20 people I date that year and I've I've never spoken to them since. And it's kind of like, that shit will fuck me up if I think about that too much.
It's insane. But like, not only people that you like know and like we're friends with or whatever, you have like memories and things like that with them, but even like the most meaningless stranger.
Just like passing.
Yeah. They have a whole, like the way that we have a narrative built about our life, they have that whole thing and it goes so much beyond you. Like, it's inconceivable.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot to think about. So on that note, I actually read this thing today. One of my coworkers, Angie, sent it to me. This is all over Facebook, and I was reading this article from WordPress. People apparently don't have an inner monologue.
My friend literally sent me this last night, and I have been fucked up ever since.
Yeah. So after reading the article, number one, what's your take on what that means? And number two, do you think that it's crazy?
That it's crazy?
Like, do you think it's a thing? Do you think people can actually be like that? So number one.
Yes.
Okay, so to put number one, what does that mean for you?
Okay, so I personally think with an internal monologue. So for me to understand not having an internal monologue is insane. Like, I believe it exists, but I just cannot picture it. I cannot figure out what that looks like. And it's weird because I feel like I've always had like an imagination. So if somebody's telling me something, I can easily picture the concept or what have you. But I still constantly have an inner monologue. And so I guess what the thing is, like the people who don't have an inner monologue, they'll be, let's say, reading, right? They'll read a sentence. And one of the words is what they'll picture in their mind. They won't actually like have the words in their brain. It's just not insane.
Dude, it's wild. And what I think is even more wild is that I don't think I do.
You don't have an internal monologue?
No.
Bruh. What?
Yeah, and so you finished the article, right? Like you read it as a whole?
I believe so.
So one of the examples that somebody gives, so basically, guys, this article outlines, somebody kind of did some research on her own on her Instagram and basically was hoping for people's feedback to see who actually does have inner monologue or who doesn't. She got a lot of feedback saying that's crazy.
Yeah.
But she got one person in particular saying, no, I actually don't have an inner monologue and I explain it in this way. And she goes, yes, I can read out a text message. That's just reading. That's not an inner monologue. So
it's called sub-vocalization when you read in your head.
Oh, shit. That's another layer. So I'm just sub-vocalizing.
Yes, you are.
I'm just reading this text message. But what happens when I'm thinking about something is that it's really like a roadmap of how to get there. And here's why I think I'm that person.
I'm fucked up right now. Okay,
dude, I know. Okay, so I don't think to myself, I'm going to go and get that book over there. I never think that. I don't ever think, wow, your hair looks great today or your hair looks bad today. I almost never think in words like that.
What the fuck? So you just innately know these things? Like
No, see, that's the difference. There's no, it's hard to explain, but I guess from my perspective, I don't think actions through necessarily.
Okay, that's the part of the article I was reading last night that fucked me up. Where, let's say somebody's speaking, right? They don't think about what they're saying until they say it. Do you have that experience?
I don't know. Because I definitely sometimes do think to myself, maybe you should say this another way. So I guess that is an inner monologue, right?
Yeah. But is it a concept? Are you saying, like, this is the concept I want to say, maybe I'll replace it with this concept instead? Is that?
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
See, I narrate everything, and I'll find myself speaking to myself in the royal we.
Oh my God.
Because I don't know if I'm insane or what, or if it's normal, but I'll be like, oh, we need to do this. Yeah, but we do this and we do that. Like, literally, I'll have a full-on conversation with myself in my brain.
Wow. You're not the only one. There's quite a few people who
I feel like the majority. Days. But it's not the full-on narration. I'm not like sitting here and being like, this table is green, this table is brown. I feel like I at least maybe have like a little mix of both, but more on the narrative side.
Right.
Just because I'm able to visualize things and like concepts and not necessarily have words for them, if that makes sense. But I'm still like narrating.
Still
like
doing it.
Yeah.
Because that's what I do without the narration.
Interesting.
It's weird. Like, I don't even know.
What do you do with yourself? Like, okay, so you're sitting there, right? And you know you have to do things.
Dude, I'm not thinking anything right now.
How do you do that?
So, in all fairness, like, it's not, of course, I have those sleepless nights where I can't go to sleep because I'm thinking too much.
Right.
But there's a difference between thinking about something that needs to happen.
Yeah.
God, it is so fucking hard to explain.
So it's more of like a focused thinking, right? It's not like random shit in the back of your mind. It's like a focused, I have to figure out how to do this one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
But it's a series of, okay, so I see my end result.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it's brush teeth, brush hair, shoes on, out the door by 7:50, whatever. Yeah. And I thought for a while that those people who don't have that inner monologue wasn't me. Uh-huh. But I'm sure it is.
Wow. I'm curious about how different your life is versus somebody, let's say, parallel to you who has the inner monologue. Like, I wonder how that impacts you in your daily life versus somebody else.
I have to say that I could see how it would be a little detrimental. Mm-hmm. My twin, if I had a twin, and we thought exactly the same, and that she had an inner monologue, I feel like there would be thoughts constantly moving around in my head.
Right.
And I feel like I can't help but feel like I've gained some sort of control, and so now that I don't have, by not having that constant thing in my head, I fucked up that sentence.
See, she did it right now.
No, but I'm vocalizing it.
Yeah.
I will never have that conversation in my head.
No, but I mean, like, okay, so like, let's say you're talking to me, right? In my mind, it's not quite like this, but let's say there's a script of what I know I'm going to say. Not necessarily word for word, but like concept-wise, and then all the words fit together and I say it. So for you, are you just kind of like saying the sentence and seeing where it goes?
Pretty much.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could never.
There's no control. There's nothing up here that happens
truly
before.
No filter.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've never had a filter to begin with.
Right.
But I think now it's kind of mind-blowing to think that it's not necessarily me not having a filter, but it's that my brain doesn't process things before they happen. So it's weird, though, because you can teach yourself how to think things through.
But I guess the process is different for you. It's more of like, think of this possibility and this possibility, but you're not necessarily having that conversation within yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's more of a conceptual thing.
Dude, it's almost like, so like I think about when I used to get in trouble, like when I was in school or something, because I said something that my mom didn't like. Replace this, like, phrase. Visually in my mind, I'm thinking replace this word with this word.
Whoa.
Or like replace this feeling at the end of this sentence with this feeling. It's almost like these things are shifting, or like words are getting smaller or bigger.
But visually, wow.
Yeah. And I'm a total visual person. Like, we've had this conversation before. Like, I can't hold things in my brain, and that, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but like, I can't hold a series of things. I'm a full visual person. Like, I need to like see it. It's weird.
Interesting. Because I'll have like full in-depth conversations with myself, and let's say I'm at work, right? I'm sitting there in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to make this, like, not related to work, because work is, you know, it's routine, it's pretty mindless, you know? I'm not sitting there thinking like, I have to type XYZ.
Right.
You know, I'm not thinking that, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, these are the tasks that I need to do. Here's this random thought, let me follow that down a little bit. Okay, nope. Oh, what was I doing? Let me continue to focus on what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's so wild.
Yeah, I don't think I ever think in that way. So it's interesting to hear that people actually do that.
Yeah,
to me, that's fucking wild.
What the fuck? I'm fucked up right now.
So is it like that you think, for all of you out there who might be with me in this inner monologue thing. So is it like you go about your day thinking about the next action?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Okay,
so a lot, at least for me, I don't know about other people who have inner monologues. I don't know anything now. There are certain things that I'll narrate to myself, but more so like, I need to do this, not like pick up your phone or that kind of thing. Like, those things are like instinctual. It's like, you don't even think to move your hand, you just move your hand.
Right.
That's kind of how it is. But there are certain things where like, I know I need to get this done, and like, it's almost like a to-do list in my mind at all times, but also a conceptual to-do list, if that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like I have multiple tabs open in my mind and they're all full of words and ideas,
right?
Versus just like pictures flowing in and out, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the concept is the same. It's how our brain goes about it.
Yeah, totally.
So we were talking about this at lunch today, a few of us. I liked what somebody said. It's really how we process things.
Totally. It's like a computer and how it processes data.
So I wonder if, I feel like I'm outnumbered. I feel like most people say that they have that inner monologue. Yeah. So here's another thing.
Okay, remind me of something later.
No,
okay.
Go ahead, ask.
No, okay. So like what I just did there, right? So you were saying something and I was expecting the end of your sentence. Do you do that?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Well,
I do that often because somebody will like pause, like they're looking for the word, and I'll instinctually be like, this word, because I was following along with you verbally and I knew where your sentence was going.
You think it?
Yes. So I'm like, okay, she's saying the apple
is fallen from the
tree.
And you say that in your mind?
I'll say it aloud because I'm awful like that. But in my mind, yeah, I'm like a little kid sounding out words and following. That's how I am in my head. I'm like, she's gonna say this next.
I'm picturing the apple fall from the tree.
Oh, see, no. Wow.
So it really, I guess, maybe, or at least from like our perspective, is a words thing.
I think so. And I'm definitely like, words are my thing. Words are my lifeblood. But like, I feel like, I don't know if I'm 100% all verbal, because like, you'll say the apple's falling from the tree. I'm picturing the apple falling from the tree, but I'm also following along with you in terms of a sentence.
Right.
So I don't know if that's necessarily normal. I'm assuming it is, because we can all visualize things.
Right.
I don't know.
Dude, I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
insane.
I feel like there's so many layers and levels to this. Like, and my mind is blown at each level.
Right.
I don't know where to start. I don't know where it ends. Like, I have zero idea.
I mean, there's no other way for us to process data. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's no other way for us to, like, process it but the way that we do it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So on that note, so even though I don't do this word thing in my mind, that's what I call it. I don't even know what to call it. Like, it's so foreign to me.
That you literally can't even, like, visualize the concept.
I don't even know what that
God.
means. Okay, so even though I don't do that, I have a constant soundtrack
I do too.
or score in my mind at all times.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
But it's in, like, the third tab open in my brain.
Okay, so it's in
you
the
know,
background.
like when you have a fucking video playing in the background, that's what it is in my head.
Right.
And sometimes I can tap into it and be like, oh yeah, that's right. Other times it's just happening and I'm not paying attention to it.
Yeah. It kind of works like that too, but I wake up, something is there. I fall asleep. Right before I fall asleep, something is there. Sounds really affect me. And I've always wondered why. If I get one sound stuck in my head, I will play that sound over and over and over again until another sound and another sound. But like I'll do this to my husband sometimes. So something really funny will happen on like the TV.
Yeah.
Or something really like ominous.
Okay.
And for some reason there's like not enough oomph where like the soundtrack should be. And I'll turn to him and I'll be like, bum bum bum. I'll think noises in my head.
Interesting.
I'll think sounds in my head of like where maybe things should be.
But you're not like reading bum bum bum.
No.
Interesting.
No. But I'm trying to produce the sounds in my head depending on like the situation.
Wow. Okay, I don't do that quite.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's interesting. That's like, interesting. Is that tied to that, or is that just a you thing?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's a really good question. I don't understand anything now. Like, it's okay. This is all a computer simulation anyways.
We're all in the Matrix.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh my God. Now I think I do weird things and I can't think of anything, but I know I do them.
I want to know the first person who was like, what are you talking about in her monologue thing?
This just popped up. So,
Yeah.
I mean, well, okay. So I've been looking into learning how to speed read because obviously I have to read 50 books this year.
Oh, yeah.
And I had learned this before. I think I'm naturally a fast reader, but then I also picked up some tips, and I think that always kind of stuck with me, the sub-vocalization thing. So when you're reading, you're sub-vocalizing the words. And a way to read quicker is to stop doing that. And that kind of blew my mind when I started doing that, because you're still picking up the information. You're just not saying it in your head.
What?
Yep.
How even?
I don't know. It's magic.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, no, I do it.
Damn.
Like, if I need to read something quickly, I'll stop sub-vocalizing. If it's like a book I'm reading for pleasure, it doesn't matter because your brain naturally does that. But otherwise, I just don't do it. And you'll still pick up the concept because it's all a visual pattern. Your brain recognizes the word the.
Right.
So it's not like you're sitting there and reading the elephant.
Right.
You see it and you like follow through and you know the concept.
Wild.
The mind is insane.
I have some new things I've been watching on Netflix.
Yes, hit me.
I'm a Killer.
Okay, I've been intrigued by that one.
Yeah. So for all of you true crime fanatics out there, I think this might be right up your alley. I am kind of obsessed with it, actually.
Really?
So the premise of it, it's easy. They go to these jails and interview all of these people, men and women, who have killed people.
Yeah.
So either people who say it was an accident, either people who say it was a homicide.
Not just murderers.
Right. But they've been found by the court by like first degree murder. Oh, God, so good. Just it's really interestingly done as well. The way that they've shot the documentary is they ask the person what happened and you get their account, the person in jail, the murderer. And then you also get another account of other people's perspective.
Oh, okay.
So like the person will go like, I didn't have any intention that day to go to his house and shoot him. And you hear this story.
Yeah.
Great. And then the police officer comes in and he goes, well, he bought a gun that day. So how he – and you're convinced.
Right, because they're trying to be compelling.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
That kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I know. It's kind of weird, and especially like to see people who have murdered someone in the past like 5 or 6 years. I don't know why, but like homicide and murder, and I guess thankfully this isn't really in our lives, seem old school. Is that weird?
Okay, explain.
Like, I don't know. A lot of what you see on TV seems like older crimes, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems really real. I don't know. It sounds
interesting. No, weird. I mean, I think it makes sense. Yeah. Because, like, I feel like, especially, at least you and I consume so much fucking true crime, but in a way that it's, like, removed from us.
Yeah.
So I guess having it like a documentary where it's, like, you're literally sitting there with the person almost.
Yeah. Especially from, okay, so we listen to podcasts, right? Like, we watch things.
Totally.
But we actually never get to hear it out of the horse's mouth.
Right.
And so you're sitting there and you go, wow, that person actually does seem, you're not, like, bleeding for them, but you're like, okay, I think that person seems really upset and remorseful.
Right.
And then you hear this other side of it and you're like, my mind just fucked with me. How can I tell one from the other?
Dude. I mean, I think that's what was so compelling about Serial.
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of started. I think, you know, that really was the initial thing for like all the true crime podcasts and everything like that, is that you do hear from him.
Right.
But then you also hear the facts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you don't have to look at them.
I know.
That's the part that kind of freaks me out.
I know.
You're
see
looking
this
at
person,
a murderer.
Yeah, totally. You're looking at this person and you're like, wow, you don't seem like you would kill somebody. You're like, wow, you do seem remorseful and like sorry, apologetic. And so there's a lot of emotions that happen with this show. And for all of you out there who actually can stomach any crime, who love true crime, I would highly suggest this. 4 out of 5 stars, I think.
Interesting. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I did watch Don't Fuck with Cats.
Oh, dude.
I don't know how I feel about it still.
Yeah, I'm scared to watch it.
I was led to believe it was one video.
Yeah.
It's multiple videos.
Oh.
It's like 3 videos. So what they do is they'll put the video on, like the beginning, so you can see like the cats and like the setup, and then they cut to somebody else watching it and explaining what's happening. But you already have the image in your mind and you can just play it in your head, basically. Like, you can fill in the blanks.
Right.
There's, like, 3 different videos.
Jesus.
So every time I would see that, like, a video was coming on, I'd have to skip it because it was too much.
Oh, I couldn't watch it.
It
No
was
way.
too fucking much.
No way.
Even the way that they do it, where they don't show you, it was too much.
Yeah. No, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. But it was interesting. It was really interesting.
4 out of 5 stars?
3 out of 5 stars because, like, the story is compelling and interesting, but the fucking videos are what took me out.
Right.
Because it's cats.
Poor kitties.
Yeah.
All right, guys, go check those out and let us know what you think of each of them in the comments.
So, I've thought of a nice little deal breaker for us today.
Okay.
I'm going to reserve my judgment. Deal breaker. Somebody who wears jorts.
No. No.
That is jean shorts. Usually cropped by your own hand.
For why, though? I cannot get behind this. Like, I have jean shorts.
Yes.
So that makes it really difficult for me to be like, no, husband of mine. No, he's not fucking wearing jorts. Just FYI. Like,
no.
No, there's no way.
No.
But like,
I can't even picture it.
I can. Here's how it goes. Somebody's old Levi 501s. It got hot one day.
Yeah.
It got real hot. Mm-hmm. All of his other jeans were in the laundry, and he decided to take the scissors and be clever, and he jorted them.
Yep.
And now they're jorts.
Now they're jorts.
And he doesn't get laid.
ever because he wears jorts.
Ew. Ew, just the word.
It's just so awful. And you know, like, the hem is always going to be, like, frayed.
Yep.
I'm picturing, like, do you remember, like, the mid-2000s when, like, hipsters were so in and they all had those skinny jean jorts?
Oh my God,
do you remember
yes.
that? That's what I think about every time I think about jorts.
100%.
Like, tight with, like, the frayed little edges. And,
or
like,
the roll-up
oh,
as well. Or the side cut.
oh, God. Oh, my God. That's a real throwback. Ugh. But, like, that's what I picture when I hear jorts. Or, like, I mean, I feel like cutoffs are different than jorts.
100%. No,
you know
totally,
what I mean?
Totally.
Like, short, like, jean shorts, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, like, Bermuda length jorts.
No, don't ever say that word again. No. You know what I cannot understand? I cannot understand the word Bermuda.
I don't get it.
Who made that up?
I don't know. The Bermuda Tourist Board? I don't
I'm pretty sure in Bermuda you don't wear those shorts.
I'm pretty sure you get laughed out of Bermuda.
For sure.
They toss you in the triangle. Is it maybe that's why? Because it's unknown, nobody knows what happens.
It just came and went.
It just happened.
It's a phenomenon.
Oh my God. I think the only thing worse than Bermuda jorts would be like men wearing capris.
No, just stop. I can't though.
But like denim capris too. Like
oh my God. Victoria,
I'm
in
literally crying.
Australia, 2002 through like 2005.
Oh no.
Men,
I'm not ready.
gay or straight, wore denim capris all the time, dude.
Cuffed?
Cuffed, not
Oh
cuffed.
no.
It was all the time. I don't know why we went through that phase. Did they do that here?
That's awful. Not that I can think of. Like, I get it if it's like a little bit of a cuffed and it's like a shorter, like,
for sure.
Maybe like a high water, but not like
sure.
a capri.
No.
Capris are the worst.
Why does that name for fucking long, short pants even exist?
Well, because Bermuda was taken. Now the Isle of Capri comes in. I don't know.
That makes sense.
Truly, whoever came up with... Who was like, you know what? My ankles are a little warm, but the rest of me is fine. Like,
honestly, don't know. I can't.
Oh, there's nothing worse than capris. I would prefer a high water to a capri.
Well, yeah.
You know, like it hits the ankle, not like above the ankle. I feel like that's the dividing line.
Did anybody think about this back when like capris were a thing? Oh, I'm so glad people don't wear high waters anymore.
God, I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure like in some sort of capacity they did, because it's really just a resurgence lately about the high water ankle length.
That's very true.
Pant.
Yeah. The skinny pant right at the ankle.
Yep.
That's very in.
It is. And especially with like hipsters, millennials, like that's a huge thing right now. So,
which is annoying because it means I have to shave my ankles.
I know. Like
fucking rude.
I've been waiting for weeks.
Even my slacks. Ugh, so fucking rude, man. Please just hit the top of my foot.
My ankles.
I hate shaving my ankles. It's hard because it's so bony and you always cut yourself.
Oh, 100%. There's always blood coming from my ankle.
And I always miss like some part of the back.
Oh
like,
my God, yes.
Always.
The side for me. There's always like three
hairs
it's sticking
like
out.
Perfect line.
And you're like,
you
what the
missed
fuck?
it.
Yeah, and so I'm always like crossing my leg to make sure that nobody's looking at my fucking ankles.
Well, to be fair, I don't think anybody's looking at your ankles. It's not like
I know.
Victorian England. But in your mind,
scandalous.
It's the only thing people can look at.
Oh my God, no, seriously. These three tiniest little hairs in the world.
Okay, so I think we're in firm agreement. Jorts are a deal breaker.
Deal breaker, 100%.
Firm agree.
Yep. So, what are you listening to lately?
Boy, what am I not listening to lately? Okay, so quite a few of my favorite artists have dropped new albums.
Okay.
88 Rising dropped one, I think, in October of 2019, so I'm a little late to the game. It's really fucking good. It's got like 14 or 15 tracks, though.
Damn.
It's long, but it's super good. Hopscotch is one of my personal faves. It's nothing like the rest of their stuff. The rest of their stuff is pretty like chill and like melodic and stuff. Hopscotch will get you hyped. Like, you gotta go take care of shit. It's so good.
So I'm actually not familiar with this band, this group.
So they were on my playlist from last year. If you guys haven't listened to that episode, go back to last year. and listen to it. They were on my playlist. I think I had 2. They were on my chill playlist, to give you an idea.
Okay.
I think I had 2 of them on there.
Yeah.
And one of them is Joji, I think is how you say it. He's like part of the group. It's like quite a few people in that group. He's either always kind of featured or he's actually a part of it. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but I had one of his songs on there too. So they're very like chill, mellow. You want to sing along to it, like poppy, but not like super amped, except for Hopscotch. You know who did drop an album and for whom I will always be a stan?
Oh no, Mr. Worldwide.
Also, Mr. Worldwide. Everybody's sleeping on his last album. It's literally fire. All of it is so good. It is called Libertad 548. That's Libertad 548 in English.
In English.
Almost all of the songs are flames. On there's one that says Happy Mama's Day. And I was like, I'm going to play this up for my mom on Mother's Day. Remind me when we get there. But who I actually was talking about is Kesha.
Oh, okay.
She has a new album out, and it's all good.
Oh, shit.
All of it is good.
I didn't realize you even liked Kesha.
Bruh, I love Kesha since day one.
Uh-oh, she's a day oneer.
TikTok was my party song. Like, I would walk into a party.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I would walk into a party and they would put that song on because that was my shit.
Oh my god.
My friend Katie, her song was She-Wolf. You know, we all had our things.
She-Wolf.
Yeah, no, dude, I've seen her 3 times in concert. She was my first concert I ever went to.
Holy shit. Mm-hmm. I'm shook.
I've been a stan. I will continue to stan.
Do a stan.
But yeah, it's really good. All of the songs on there are really great. They're all kind of different. A lot of them are kind of poppier. Like Tonight, I think is 2020's version of TikTok. But my personal favorite is My Own Dance. And the rest are kind of more mellow. There's one that's like a little country-ish.
Oh. Not
Not quite country, but like kind of a folky. You know, because she's from like Nashville or whatever.
I can get down with that.
Mm-hmm. It's all really good. I highly recommend it. Even if you weren't a Kesha fan before, I definitely recommend it. She's an amazing lyricist, and she's the voice of an angel.
She's in love.
What about you? What are you listening to?
I've been reviving some of James Blake stuff lately.
James Blake?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm on this, like, fucking, I just need to listen to him. So it's like R&B vocals and like rhythmy kind of elements that remind me of like dubstep.
Okay.
It's fucking random, dude. Like, I can't even explain his type of music. But it brings in a lot of like different sort of sounds into one track.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So I've been listening to him for, I don't know, jeez, probably going on 10 years now.
Damn.
And he just dropped something recently, since 2011.
So he is your Kesha.
No, because he's not like up hype.
With her, she's like I've been loyal to her for so long.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I fucking love this dude. He's done some cool collabs with like Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar,
wow,
and then Bon Iver as well.
Oh yeah, I love Bon Iver.
So like he kind of has quite a lot of like different sort of influences.
Interesting.
So I'm excited to kind of revive some of his stuff. So his new album is called Assume Form. And it's very James Blake. If you guys are into James Blake, you'll know exactly what you're getting into, which I'm happy about. And then super random would be obsessed. I'm so fucking obsessed with Dua Lipa right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that bitch can sing.
Absolutely.
She's amazing. So I've just been kind of like thrashing around her, whatever's on Spotify. I'm just like trying to listen to everything. Yeah, so anything by Dua Lipa right now is kind of getting me in the goods.
You know, she's great. I like when her stuff comes on, I'm like, who is this? I love this.
Yeah.
But like, I can never think of, like, I can't associate things with her.
Yeah, it's really strange. Like, I bet you a lot of people go, who the fuck is Dua Lipa? But then
really?
Yeah.
Because like I recognize the name and like I know I've heard her stuff and I know I like it, but I can't tell you a single song.
Right. And so that's the thing. Like I think if people hear, they go, oh my God, that's right. So like they don't know her name necessarily, but they know the songs. And for some reason, I feel like, I don't know if that's a thing. Like I don't know if that's an angle from her marketing perspective.
Interesting.
Because like you'd think that would not be a good idea.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people have the same reaction.
I think so too.
Have you seen what she looks like?
I don't think so. I feel like in my mind I have an image, but every time I see her, I'm like, that's what she looks like. I can like replay this in my head. You know?
This is all sounding familiar.
Okay, I'm pulling her up. That's not at all what I think she looks like. Yeah, I've definitely had this conversation with myself before.
There's definitely a few times though that she has looked so different that I'm like, who the fuck is this person?
I recognize the eyebrows. That's what it is. That's what draws her back in.
She's Albanian.
Oh, interesting.
So she's English Albanian, and she was working as a model. Obviously, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
But her fucking voice is just amazing. So I've been kind of thrashing her shit lately.
Totally unrelated, but I don't know why that reminded me. The guy who plays Steve from Stranger Things, he keeps releasing the weirdest fucking music, but it's good. It's good.
I remember you telling me this last year.
Yeah. Okay, I think he just recently released something. He goes by...
I remember you played something for me, and I was like, holy fuck, this is really good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad at all. He goes by, like, Dejo, I guess. Like, DJ, like, Dejo. I think is how you pronounce it, but I refuse to say Dejo.
Dejo.
But yeah, I think he just released... Yeah, he recently released his album 2020. I haven't listened to the whole thing, but the singles that he had released beforehand, I was really feeling. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that one song I heard was fucking
I gotta
sweet.
go back. I gotta go back and listen to that. I feel like I accidentally started listening to more trap.
Oh.
Like, literally on accident. I had no fucking idea this is what I was listening to. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling it now.
How do you accidentally stumble into that?
I don't know. Well, okay, but it's like a weird specific subset where, like, the lyrics or whatever are really fucking clever.
Dude, I've heard that from so many people.
Yeah.
Like, there's been multiple people who are like, you should go listen to trap. And I was like, I'm never, ever going anywhere near it. And they're like, but the lyrics and the stories. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And it's not even quite, like, it's not like mumble rap, really. It's, like, a different vibe. I'm gonna find stuff. I'm gonna send you stuff.
I'm vaguely familiar with trap, but, like, I used to listen to a lot in New Zealand, and the regions for trap are so varied.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
it would be totally different from American trap.
I bet. And I mean, it's not everything. Like I said, it's just this one subsect that, like, it just happens to be popping. I don't know.
Just happens.
I don't know, man. I listen to the weirdest shit, dude. Like, last night, I listened to Jolene 3 times on repeat.
Have I told you about Haim?
Oh, they opened for Kesha when I went to go see her.
I'm not surprised. I think they did a song with her. Didn't they do
Probably.
a song with her?
I think she, like, almost discovered them, basically, and now they've recently started blowing up.
Because she did something with fucking what's-his-face. You know that guy used to date, the DJ who used to date Taylor Swift?
Calvin Harris.
Yeah.
God damn, how did I know that?
They collabed with him on a song for a movie. I can't even fucking remember what it was. And then that was like 3 years ago. And from there, like, they've been skyrocketing. But they have an amazing discography.
Really?
Like, 5 years worth that have gone back, really, of amazing shit. It's like, it's nostalgic. Some of it gets, like, really into, like, 90s kind of pop. Okay. But then some of them are kind of folky. I'm going to go home and listen to them.
Because I remember when I listened to them at that concert, I was like, what the fuck is this?
How long ago was that?
This was probably 2011, 2012.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Something like that.
I don't think they would have been what they are now.
I wasn't really about it. And then I kept hearing about them, and I was like, I feel like they're overhyped, but I never really gave them a good chance, so maybe I should do that.
I would, like, highly suggest just go to Spotify and put in Haim and just, like, press, shuffle, because I don't know.
I, like, keep fluctuating between these, like, I need music to get me beyond amped.
Okay.
Or I need it to be, like, super, like...
Gotcha.
Chill. So I feel like that would be perfect, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, I have to be in the mood. Like, I can't go from, like, Pitbull to Haim.
No.
You know?
No, fuck
like,
no. Mr. Worldwide to Haim. No.
I love Senor Worldwide.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been listening to.
Yeah, same. Thanks for listening, guys. Don't forget, we do have our Patreon out. We have a bunch of tiers with some really awesome stuff. If you want bonus exclusive content that you can lord over all of your friends, definitely check it out and sign up. We appreciate you.
Visit patreon.com/liketotallyRandom. Thanks.
Okay, bye.